Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at cubic equations, and there are three types of cubic equations that we will consider. In this question, we're just going to be looking at type 1. For type 1, guys, as you can see that all the terms here have a variable of x. We do not have a constant. This makes it easier for us to then solve, okay? So if you look at number 1 here, all that I need to do is just take out a common factor of x, and then I will be left with x squared minus x plus 4 equal to 0. Now, inside this bracket, I have a quadratic equation, and I can solve this using the quadratic formula. Just to recall on the equation is that x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Right, so here I can already see that x will be equal to 0 or x will be equal to, right, so if I'm looking at this quadratic equation, I can see that my a is going to be 1, b is going to be negative 1, and c is going to be 4. So I go ahead and I substitute according to what I have here. So b is negative 1, so I have the negative, then negative 1 substituted there, plus or minus the square root of. We have to be careful when we are substituting here. So b is negative 1, right? Then we have minus 4. This is squared, guys, minus 4. A is 1, and then we have c, which is 4, over 2, and then our a is 1, so substitute 1 there. Right, and if we just simplify this, you can even use your calculator if you're not comfortable with simplifying it without a calculator. So inside the square root, let's just see what we're going to get here. Inside the square root, we'll have negative 1 all squared, that is 1. And then 4 times 1 times 4, which will give you 16. Now you have 1 minus 16, which will give you negative 15, right? Over 2. Then, now with this, I know that the square root of negative 15 will be equal to the square root of 15 times negative 1 times negative 1. So this means I will have the square root of 15 and then I, because the square root of 1 will be replaced with I. So you will have 1 plus or minus the square root of 15 I over 2. Guys, we cannot simplify this a bit further, so we will leave it like this. And that's your answer, guys. So you have x is equal to 0, and then x is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 15i over 2.